Hi, I'm just going to make a recipe. I'm making lentil bolognese in the TM6 using the spiralizer. So I'll get started and I won't cook the whole recipe on this recording, but we'll get to a point where you pretty much see what's been done and what comes after that. So let's go. Uh, yep, you can see. All right, I might move this back a little bit because then you'll see me pop the spiralizer on. Okay, so we start cooking. Okay, so first of all, when you're using the spiralizer or the cutter, you need to put the shaft on this thing, and it goes straight over the round part of the blade, the little round bit. So you sit it there. One thing that's really important is to make sure you take it out again at the end of using the spiralizer or the cutter. Okay, so we put the basket in on top of the shaft, and I've already put in the little insert that's green, which indicates I'm going to be using the spiralizer and making some zoodles. So I'll put that in first, and I always put the little blade bit at the back, alongside the back silver handle. And then this also goes, the shaft goes in the hole, and now it's all fitting together nicely. Okay, so you get a little video there too in the recipe, which is great. It shows you how to put all that together and how to, put the shaft in and put the basket in that will collect. Oh, they put it at the front. Doesn't really matter. It works either way. Okay, so then let's go. Next step. Place the cutter in place, and so I'm only going to do one zucchini. This recipe asks for a few, but I've already got a couple of them done that I was recording a little bit earlier. Now I've got to check that your zucchini is going to fit down the larger side of the shoot up here, and it does. So you've got to be selective in getting the right size vegetables. Now, there's a little spike here. It's good to push that on so that it's just sitting there and it's guiding it in. So I'm going to pop it there. You could probably see all of that happening. So what I need to do then is go next, place the cutter lid into position, and it tells you a little bit more information about emptying the bucket when it's full. Now, in the recipe, it's built in ready to go. So you just turn it and off we go. Okay, so we've got our zoodles. As you can see, I was using the cutter and the spiralizer earlier. So I'm going to take this out because that is the final zucchini that I'm doing. It's only Jeff and I, so I certainly don't want too many zoodles. It'll be enough. So as you can see in here, see that? If I start to pull them out, you'll see that they are beautiful zoodles. Look at this. Heaps of them. One zucchini produces all of that. And these are all going to be steamed. Oh, you can't see in the varoma. You can see. All right, I'm finished with it now. So remember, always take this out. Okay, so we move on to the next step. Transfer to the varoma. Okay, let's get that done now. This is the varoma. It's a steamer, actually. So it's going into the base, which is that. So I'm going to pick all of these up, heaps of them, and put them in because they're going to be steamed a little bit later on. Okay, put them in, put that aside. right, look how many I've got. This is going to be way better for our waistline than having that much pasta spaghetti. All right, so I'll go next. So remove the Thermomix cutter, spiralizer shaft. It tells you to do that. Now you'll notice that our bowl is clean because all the zoodles went into the other. Okay, so what I'm going to do, my daughter's calling from Holland. Sorry, I'm going to call her back. I'll just find my phone 1 minute. Hey, Emmy, can I call you back in a couple minutes? Hey, hi, hello. I love you. All right, this is my beautiful little grandson from Holland. Okay, can I give you a call? I'll probably be about 5 minutes. Yeah. All right, thanks, Em. Okay, bye. Okay, so next step is we're going to make some pesto. So in the pesto goes some hard cheese, and I've just got Parmesan, and then also, yeah, I thought there was a garlic clove in there. It must go in later. Hard cheese cut into pieces. I've got a garlic clove, so I'll take that out. It must be going in a bit later. All right, so 78, that's close enough. It's meant to be 80, but that's fine. Insert the measure cup, done that. And this is going to be a little bit noisy. Okay, so now we're adding 30 grams of nuts and seeds of your choice. So I've just got a few different nuts. I think oh yeah, I've got some sunflower seeds in there as well. Nuts and seeds, whatever you've got is fine. So that goes in on top of the grated cheese. And by the way, when you grate cheese, make sure it's been in the fridge. It's always going to grate a lot more easily if it's been in the fridge. Okay, so in goes the nuts and a garlic clove. I knew it was there somewhere. There it is. Pop it in. And 80 grams of mixed fresh herbs, rocket, spinach leaves, and herbs. Jeff? Yeah. Can you get the rocket and spinach leaves from the fridge in the garage, please? Yeah. Now, what have I got here? That's parsley. Oh, no, I don't want to mix them up. Oh, these are the mixed fresh herbs, so I need 80 altogether. So that will be 20. So there's another 60 of rocket and baby spinach. Jeff's just grabbing it for me. Okay. Back. Thank you. Okay, I've got a mix of both. And they've been pre-washed, so that's good. So let's just see, that's 35. I'm going to put a mix of 50, so we need to go up in to 80 altogether. Love the scales, so easy to use. Oops, it's raining rocket. 68. Oops. 79, 78. Other side. Pick up all the bits I've dropped. Might even take me up to 80, probably not. Oh, 79, 80, 82. That's all right. Okay. All right, what goes after that? 130 grams of olive oil. This is a pesto, so it does need to have a decent amount of olive oil. So let's pour that in. Oh, it's got one of these crazy little tops on. No, that's going to take us half an hour. Take that out. Ah, that's it. Okay. So we're going up to 130. Pardon me. Always slow down a bit with olive oil because it takes a second or so to catch up. Look at that, 130. Perfect. And 1/4 teaspoon of salt. When you have a Thermomix, just make sure you grate your own salt, not grate, grind, mill your own salt because there's no additives in this. That would be about 1/4. So you can do that in your Thermomix. You just buy rock salt, insert the measure cup, and then 10 seconds on speed 7. Okay, next, transfer to a sealable jar. Well, I will put it in the jar shortly, but I'm just going to take it out. I don't know if you can see that, but it's amazing. It's very green. Let me turn the other light on. Look at this. Lovely pesto. All right, so I'm going to pop it in a bowl and then later on I'll put it into a jar. Easiest to push it down using the edge of your spatula, get it down nice and low towards the bottom. And I'll grab the bowl to put it in. And you'll see this lovely pesto. This is going to go on top of our lentil bolognaise and actually on top of the zucchini zoodles. Now, move it all out. Just see what the next step is. Okay, so I love it when you don't have to clean the bowl. This is good. And that's fine because if there's a little bit of remnant around the bottom of the bowl, that's just going to add to the flavor of cooking your onions. Okay, get it out. A little bit more. Look at that beautiful pesto. And it stores really well in the fridge. You put a little bit of a layer of oil on top in your jar. You've got it storing in your fridge. Okay. Put the bowl back on. Okay, so 1 brown onion cut into quarters. Now, then I've got all this ready. So after this is celery and then 3 garlic cloves. So all of that I've already prepared. 30 grams of fresh parsley with leaves and stems. I've got everything sort of in there ready to go. 26, it's a little bit less, that's okay. And a teaspoon of dried thyme. I'm actually talking to my brother in America today, and he calls over there, I don't know, it might be just him. He called it thyme. And I said, thyme, it's thyme. And he said, well, maybe Americans call it thyme. Who knows? Possibly. All right, a teaspoon of thyme, 3 teaspoons of oregano. Got that here. So good having your spices in little labeled jars. 1, 2, 3, 3 of them. 2 pinches of chili flakes. That's optional, but I would definitely go with it. 2 decent pinches. And 40 grams of EVOO, which is extra virgin olive oil. Wow, so close. 39. If you get within 1 gram, you're winning. You don't worry about that 1 gram. Put the lid on. And now we're going to chop that for okay, just 3 seconds, that's all. Next, place the simmer basket. So the simmer basket is this, the lid. So place it on the mixing bowl lid and then ... It's cooking for 3 minutes. So I'm going to flip it around to speed 2. You get a little mark there that tells you where to take it to. And I've just turned that on to cook for 3 minutes. Now, it's going up to 100 degrees. 100 degrees and it's on speed 2. So what will happen when it reaches 60, you'll see these green lights, they will turn red when it gets to 60. And that's a safety feature, especially if there's little tots around in your house. It's a safety feature to know that if the Thermomix is flashing red, then it's getting hot. So any second now you'll see them change. Okay, so I think I'll take this recording a little bit further. So while that's happening, I'll just give you a very, very quick overview of Cookie Doo, which I hope that you do actually have that on your phone. You have to have the app on your phone because it's very useful to use when you're away from home, anywhere, overseas. You can always access Cookie Doo and start doing some planning. It's had a facelift recently and it's brilliant. So when you go to explore, if you just touch the little magnifying glass, you can drop down the little arrow and you can go to collections. And these are cookbooks, but there's 8,257. If you want to filter that down to just what is Australian, because all of these languages aren't going to be helpful. So go to filters and you go right down to Australia, ticket, and it says show 225. So now we've got all these lovely little cookbooks and themed collections. This is a new one, Manifesto. It's brilliant. And you can go through this one, Spiralize, go there. Spiralizer, that's with a T and 5, actually. Pardon me, I've been a bit sick this week. Coming back from the Netherlands, I brought something with me, but I am getting better. So make sure you go in and have a look, do that filtering. You have to do it each time. It's not always going to stay at 225 recipes, but if you've got your Thermomix programmed to show you English recipes, you'll see the individual recipes always, but as far as the collections go, you will have to filter it down. Look at this one, cafe style muffins. When you open it, it opens up how many recipes? 10 of the most amazing muffins that you could possibly ever want. Better than anything in a cafe. You make them yourself. Perfect. Anyway, that's just a quick Cookie Doo coverage. All right, let's go next. Scrape down the sides of the bowl. And by the way, the simmer basket goes on top like that when any recipe heat goes over 90. It will ask you to put on that simmer basket. So scrape down the sides. That's what I'm doing. I'll show you what's happening in there. It's chopped and it's been cooking, some lovely steam. The smell is awesome. It smells amazing. Scraping down the side, it's just a downward action with the flat part of your spatula. Okay, put the spatula back down and put the bowl in. Add red wine. Now, I don't know about you, but I go to Aldi and buy red wine there, and I also buy white wine for cooking. 100 I need. Sometimes, oops, you can go over and say, oops, and it's okay. It just gives a bit more red wine flavor. And then put the simmer basket on again. And, 5 minutes this time. Okay. So what I might do is cut it off there. I'm getting clever at joining up bits of video. So I'll just let this cook away and I will start to record again once this part is done. So I'll talk to you again soon. Hi, back again. All right, we'll just take the recipe to the next step. So we have finished that cooking. So now it's quite hot. Always be careful of steam. And the next step is to add 800 grams of canned lentils. Tomatoes. Got those here. I think I've got a can of cherry tomatoes and some chopped. It won't matter. pop them all in. Pardon me. And then next step is these are canned lentils that I've rinsed and drained. So they go into it. It's quite healthy, this recipe. Good one, I've made it a few times. And 60 of tomato paste. I meant to have that out and ready. Is it? Oops, maybe I don't have any open. Is it? Okay. We had a pizza night here last night with family. I'd say that's where the tomato paste might have gone. Okay, so 60 grams. What's that? 45. And, 66, that's okay. And half a teaspoon of salt. Salt, here it is. And place the simmer basket again. Yep. And we're cooking now for 20 minutes. So off we go. And also, let's go back a bit. Place the simmer basket instead of the measure cup into mixing bowl lid. I did that. And cook for 20 minutes. Okay, do that. Now, I want to see what the next step is. So I can bookmark. No, forget that. I've forgotten a bit about how to use the six. Okay, let's go preview. And then the next step is that we're going to put this in position and steam them. So when it says in position, it's taking this off and putting that on and putting the lid on. And then it will be another 5 minutes of cooking those, but we're not actually doing that yet. That back up there. So those two steps are 20 minutes and 5 minutes. Then after that, we're going to serve the zoodles with the bolognese and the herb pesto. So I did put the pesto into a jar here. It's a bit full, but once it goes down a bit after our dinner, I'll put a bit of oil over the top and then that will preserve it. Okay, so what I'll do is finish off here and the next two steps, I will send you a picture of the result, which will be, I know this recipe is great and I hope you make it, give it a go. It's very easy and it's made mostly from things that you may have, tomatoes, lentils. You just need a few herbs though and some spinach and rocket. Anyway, thank you. I hope you learn from this and have a go at making it yourself. Thank you.